Well, hello, my beautiful Scorpio. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your monthly reading for March 2025. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Scorpio, this is your monthly reading for March. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What can they expect in the month ahead? What lies ahead for them to see? Can you please guide them for their highest good? Well, March has come around already, my beautiful Scorpio, and I just have to give it to you straight. This is the month to expect the unexpected. We have 2 major eclipses occurring this month, and eclipses, they mean that life, well, it can change on a dime. Now, that doesn't mean that the change will be negative, of course, because there are so many incredible opportunities available to you as well this month. But these eclipses, they can literally fling you out of your comfort zone and influence you to make radical changes. Let's just say that this is the month of the wake-up call, and it's just in time for the astrological start to the year, which heralds the gateway to the spring or the autumn equinox, depending on where you are in the world. Spring cleaning of the soul, anyone? Or is it more of an autumn declutter of the heart? Well, this first full moon eclipse, it occurs in the sign of Virgo. So expect this to influence productivity. You're locked onto your goals, completing tasks to super high standards, getting them out of the way and onto the next. Organization mode will be fully activated. Also, expect to pay more attention to your health this month too. Now, this full moon eclipse, it will amplify so many mixed emotions, but it's a perfect time to release and let go of pressure, stress, or anything that's been weighing you down. However, it could make you feel a little bit critical or cranky, so don't forget to be compassionate towards your beautiful self, my beautiful Scorpio, okay? We've officially moved into Pisces season, so whilst you're busy making life happen for you, you'll feel compelled to let your imagination run wild. Maybe catch up with friends, romance your life a little bit more with art, festivals, music, and surrender to the inner poet. Now, if it's even possible, my beautiful Scorpio, your sensitivity will be running at an all-time high, encouraging you to embrace the mystical side of life. You'll have a healthy balance between nurturing your dreams, whilst at the same time taking a practical approach to make them become a reality. You may also be drawn to health practices such as lymphatic drainage or even reflexology this month, so you'll be focused on staying on top of your foot health too. Now, this is the month to get back on track, and as we move into Aries season, it's a perfect time to launch a new project or a lifestyle change. Venus's retrograde might also see an ex reach out as well, but Mercury retrograding at the same time, this message will probably end up going straight to your spam folder. We might also see apps or technology temporarily glitching and the odd power outage due to freak weather storms. Now, we do have a huge shift occurring this month. Neptune, it returns to the sign of Aries. Now, this is a really big deal for many different reasons, but on a personal level, it's mainly positive. It actually amplifies where you've been feeling stuck or confused or frustrated in your life so that you can find clarity or solutions to course correct and get back on track. Anything that you've not gotten around to starting, this is also the month to face it head on and launch straight into action. This shift, it also continues to encourage humanity towards a huge awakening. And those who've been asleep, as it were, will start to awaken. We can all feel it, but you'll actively notice more people questioning the status quo, seeking more mindfulness or reaching out to groups or communities that align with similar beliefs or values. This shift is so significant. You know, the last time this occurred was 1861 to 1875, and we only have to look back at what occurred during this time to see what we might expect in the coming years. It really is a big deal for society. New structures are being ushered in. Now, globally, and please fast forward this part if you really don't wish to hear it, I've been a little bit concerned with a certain combination of the following transition, which basically is Mars, planet of passion and fiery clashes. It's currently direct in the sign of Cancer, triggering emotional responses to conflict. And Venus, planet of love and harmony, it'll make a rare retrograde from the 1st of March to the 12th of April. Now, these two planets have been keeping a lid on various conflicts escalating to unmanageable boiling points until now. And I hope I'm wrong on this, but we may see an escalation of hotbed situations as we approach April. However, because Neptune is in the mix, it could also make it all very confusing. So let's see how things turn out. Also, as Pisces shifts into Aries season during this month, we may see a leader of faith leave the earthly plane and a replacement who's already been prepared for the role step into a very challenging environment. Now, I was given a sentence by my guides as well as an image as I prepared the monthlies for March, and I was given, I see the smoke. It is already written. So do with that what you will. Now, economically, Neptune in Aries zeroes in on core inflation. However, we might only start to see the effects of this when Saturn retrogrades in the middle of July. And with 2 eclipses this month, we may see a financial wobble, but everything is literally being held together by Saturn right now. We'll also see more political leaders step down or be replaced, if you know what I mean. Even someone who's not held office long. I can't tell if this part is for March or not, but the framework for this is already being prepared for, so it will happen. And corruption, of course, it will continue to be outed in all walks of life. 2025 is certainly the eye-opener of truth, as I mentioned in the yearlies. We are already seeing an increase in seismic activity as well, even in areas not prone to it. But the Ring of Fire, which extends all the way through Tonga and right down to Chile, it will become more active over the coming months, especially as we move into Aries season. Of course, Aries being fire element, and I mentioned the fire and water stuff going on this year. It's going to be intense, okay? And I mentioned in my yearly forecast, underwater volcanoes would activate, and we've already seen confirmation of this occurring in the Aegean Sea since January, but there is more to come, and the world's plates will become more active. And of course, the world's plates always move, okay? So this is nothing new, but we're in a period where new landscapes are being reshaped, both personally and in terms of the Earth. And as we approach the super new moon, which occurs at the same time as a solar eclipse, whoa, this is a big deal. This is going to occur on the 29th of March. It will literally feel like a fresh new start across the board. Your passion, your curiosity, and thirst for adventure increases. Bold and daring, you ambitiously stride towards your dreams and goals, accessing double the luck along the way. So anything that you've been meaning to start, begin it now, especially before Mercury turns retrograde. Now, if you do start something in a Mercury retrograde, it's not really negative. It just means that it may be a slower process, or you may have to return to something, tweak a plan. It's not like super negative, but I always say it's better to start when Mercury is direct. But this period, it charges your intentions and it supports new ventures, and even breathes new life into anything that you already have in motion to amplify more rewarding results. So this is going to be a very interesting month. So let's put it that way. Now, I'm just going to put all your cards into the upright there. Interesting. My guides have asked me to go again, so I will. Okay. Let me just see. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? What do they need to know? That's so unusual. When I've locked down the deck. Okay. 8 of Swords. And one more. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Scorpio? You obviously have a lot on your mind this month. You need a little extra cards. Okay, a little extra clarification on something, especially since you have the adjudication card right at the end there. So it can indicate that perhaps you're weighing something up, or you've been feeling a bit stuck and you're having to judge something. I mean, the main energy I'm getting right now is some of you applying for something, a permit, or, sending something away that will be judged. Ten of Pentacles, the Sun. Okay, I mean, your final card is the Sun, so I'm really super stoked about that. But let's get to your first card, Distant Horizons. So this is you projecting way into the future about where you feel like you belong, where your goals are taking you to, but also it means that you're very ambitious in your energy. I mean, your 11th house is influencing you at the beginning of the month, and that pretty much means that you're focused on your manifestations, your wishes, your goals, your dreams, and, you know, your skills at manifesting these are stronger than usual in your 11th house. You're setting an intention and you're getting it done. And you're going to watch the universe deliver people or opportunities that will arrive to help you. So this is super positive. Now, some of you may feel a bit more sociable than usual this month. Definitely getting out there, having fun. I see a gathering of people here or collaborations going on, especially at the end of the month there. So it could be that you're connecting to friends that you haven't seen for a while, or, you know, your social circle, going to events that I feel like you've already booked, but you may make some new bookings at the beginning of March for the end of it there as well. But I feel also this is a perfect time for you to be focusing on your business. So it could be some of you, because you have this card, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you could be looking overseas for other opportunities, either trying to migrate your business or, you know, perhaps you're expanding your reach and connecting to clientele overseas, or looking for better deals with regards to finances for your business. So it could be that, you know, you feel that you get a better deal elsewhere, or that a country or an environment can foster and promote healthier business relations for your entrepreneurship. For some of you, if you are in a career in a job where you work for a company, it can be that you're looking at either being seconded to another branch, or you're thinking about options of moving to a different location, maybe even overseas branches there. But I wish I'd written it down. I wish I'd kicked myself now, because I just realized when I look deeper at this card, there's a seagull. And literally before I came to your reading, I do a little meditation, and normally I like write all the stuff down, and lots of things came out. And I did write down like the majority of stuff, but I will not mention it unless it comes up again in the water, because I don't like to influence your reading. But I'd finished that session and I just prepared myself to start your reading. And suddenly it went seagull, and I was like, oh, okay. And I was given Jonathan Livingstone Seagull. Okay, that's what I was given. And it's like, you're expanding your reach, or you're doing something bold and daring that others are not doing. It could be that you're going out on a limb, or you're going into, you know, some sort of environment that is like across a border, or so basically that book, it could be relevant. But, you know, you have a seagull right there. So I've just realized there's a seagull in that card. And, you know, the book is about like coming out of your comfort zone, not staying in your lane, actually deciding to do something that is different from everybody else, or, you know, seeking more excitement or adventure. It's like the seagull in that book is like, well, what's over there? And everyone's like, well, we don't know because we never go there. Oh, well, why doesn't anyone go there? Well, the winds are just a little bit more challenging than where we are right now. So, you know, we're just going to stay where we're at. And it's like, the seagull adjusts their wingspan in accordance with the winds, and basically goes where no other seagull has gone before, and is basically like navigating something, and it just feels like you're riding high. Okay, so it could be something like that, or perhaps you've literally picked up that book or been inspired by it, or maybe even told about it before you've come to this reading. So everything happens for a reason. Sometimes, you know, you may be like, no, that doesn't apply to me, but maybe at some point in March there's going to be some reference, or maybe the book like pops off the shelf for you in some way, or you're gifted it. So just, you know, be mindful of that. But let's get back to your reading there. I do feel that you are like wanting to expand or go beyond your usual parameters. I feel like there's an energy here, especially with that Ten of Swords, Page of Wands, and the Eight of Swords being present in your reading there. It indicates some of you have been feeling a little bit stuck in your circumstances. I mean, the Ten of Swords can indicate that you've been like overstimulated with something, or you've had a lot on your mind, and it's like mentally burnt out in some way. And it feels like it could be triggered because you're trying to do something bold and daring that perhaps other people just don't do, or it's something that you feel is necessary right now for you to transform, because this is like bringing up the anchor and going to like a new horizon, or, you know, going into uncharted territory at this time. And everyone may kind of like tell you that, oh, you can't do that, or nobody's done that before, or it's going to be challenging. And you're like, well, watch me. It's going to happen. I'm going to do it. Okay. So I feel whatever it is, your destination is very positive. It's very happy. It's, you know, joyful, but also it is lucrative. You know, 10 of Pentacles is like big money. Okay. So I feel a lot of you could be like reshaping your landscape in order to bring in more finances. So you could be launching something this month because you have Page of Wands there. I mean, the Page of Wands is to be bold and daring and go where other people just don't go. It is about exploring. So I would say this is a very explorative month for you. You may be like asking that question of like, what if? What if I stepped out of my comfort zone? What if I went on a different route to work? What if I decided to join this group? You know, I really feel that this month is you kind of like getting into the mix and kind of like shaking things up a little bit. I mean, distant horizons, I feel like you are in the planning stages for something as well. Plotting, planning, strategizing. And I do see 2 pieces of news coming your way this month. Let me have a look. Well, there's one that's really important, okay, is what I'm being given. 2 pieces of news, but I feel one is really important for you, and this will help you make progress. You're going to see progress this month on something that you've been working towards. Now, that doesn't have to be financially related, although you got that 10 of Pentacles, which is nice. So I feel a lot of you are, you know, putting in financial structures to help you with your budget plans and your savings plans, 401ks, things like that. But also I feel this is about you kind of like making progress on health endeavors or anything that you put your focus to, really, because Page of Wands is basically you being inspired to try something new, to really kind of like act on a new idea, be really fired up with something, have this sense of purpose that you're like a go-getter. You're making things happen. But the 10 of Swords can indicate that you've got a lot on your mind. I mean, 10 of Swords can also indicate that things have been challenging, but you're doing something new, which is actually inspiring, and you're going to leave that challenge behind. 10 of Swords can be the end of something, okay? So a lot of endings and beginnings you're going to be focusing on this month. Now, of course, for some of you, this could be literally you projecting into the future, that you're trying something new, but you're getting everything organized in order to be able to launch that, whether it's a business idea or a new lifestyle, or for some of you, going abroad. Could be that you're retiring and you need to legally, you know, get everything in order before you retire to a certain country, or you structure your life in a different way. For some of you, it could be that, as I mentioned, you're thinking about moving overseas. There seems to be some sort of structure to whatever it is that you're trying to set up or accomplish right now. And, you know, it's like you going, okay, I'm going to do this. Even if people are going to judge me, I'm just going to do it. It's just me. I'm being authentic. So, you know, I feel like you're coming out of a comfort zone, and it's going to be thrilling and exciting for you there as well. But of course, on a more mundane level, because your 6th house is influencing you, okay, and this can feel like a bit of a dull or boring house, but it's actually really important because it keeps life running smoothly. Your 6th house is all about routine, schedules, you know, focusing on paying your bills, savings plans, budgets, repayment plans, and basically your responsibilities and tasks, okay? Your 401ks, you know, all the ins and outs of making life, you know, work. Administrative tasks, emails, phone calls, you know, documentation, filing, all of that. So it can indicate that, you know, you're ticking a lot of your to-do list this month. And I feel this is about you focusing on, you know, restarting where you feel you've been distracted, or where you've like needing to course correct, for example. So it can be that, you know, you've got a lot on your mind, but you're not allowing it to stop you from doing something bold and daring. I mean, 10 of Swords, it is a card of like a very stressful situation. So if you have been dealing with a very stressful situation, I mean, for some of you, you could have been going through some sort of legality, okay? There could be some sort of like stalemate situation between you and a person. Maybe there's a divorce that you're going through, or you're leaving a company, for example, and the working environment has been challenging, or you're trying to get a permit for something and it has to go to a judicial review, for example, and it just feels like a lot. It just feels like it's affecting you. I do see that there will be a very positive outcome here, and actually there's nothing to worry about, okay? So if you're going through a very challenging situation, I do see that, you know, things will work out in a very fair manner. You have the Justice card. Justice will be done. Okay, so I just want you to be aware of that. But of course, Ten of Swords, it can be like connected to that 6th house, which is basically you looking at expiry dates on things like contracts and reviewing, because I feel a lot of you are reviewing this month as well. Checking like service providers, are they doing a good job? If not, that's it. I feel like you've given them ample opportunity to step up, and now you're making them step out. Could be that you're finding alternatives for a better deal. Could also be that you're looking at subscriptions that you don't utilize anymore. Maybe even expiry dates on visas or passports, especially if you're going off doing some sort of bold traveling moves there. I mean, I do see a lot of you are trying to get everything done before you take a vacation, because I do see vacation energy here. This could be a quick trip, and it just feels like a scurry of activity, trying to get everything finalized perhaps before like a due date or before you actually go away there. But you will be on top of your goals, okay? Now, the Ten of Swords can indicate from a personal level that you're so ready to change something. It just feels like you're just fed up with the status quo and you just need to have a new start in some way. But this card is actually really positive because it normally signals the light at the end of the tunnel. So if you have been going through a challenging time, expect, you know, your energy to return, your motivation to return, vitality. There's some sort of news that it's attached to this that gives you a spring in your step as well. Things are about to go really well for you. If things felt like they were very chaotic, this is when you're about to have a breakthrough. Things start to fall together after that, okay? So I feel it's important to recognize that there too. I mean, we've got the concern card, but it's in the resistance position. That's exactly where you want it to be, so I feel there's nothing to worry about. But some of you could have received, or maybe at the beginning of March, you'll receive either some sort of correspondence where it is like a letter of concern. Maybe there's something you need to contest there. It could be, for example, a fine for something, or, you know, perhaps it's like some sort of letter where you have to bring it further, question it in some way. And I feel like you could get compensated, for example, or you could get something like nullified and say, actually, no, you're in the wrong. There's been a mistake. You get something corrected, but it could go to some sort of jury. I mean, for example, if you've had travel delays, it could also be that you're trying to get compensation for that and they're reviewing it and you feel, okay, they're going to try and like get out of this, but actually it will go to a proper review period and you will get compensation. So I do feel that anything that you've been concerned about is nothing to worry about. I mean, it is a card, number 33, when you reduce it, that's 6. So I feel balance will be restored, okay? Now, I would also say this is very important as a personal energy because I feel you're very cerebral this month, okay? You're deep in thought about something. You tend to be a bit harsh on yourself as well. So you may find yourself being extra critical, okay? But it's because you care. I totally get that. But don't allow it to kind of like cloud your judgment, as it were, okay? Sometimes when we feel that stress is there or challenge is there, we can go to knee-jerk reactions where we can berate ourselves or feel overwhelmed. And I feel actually everything is going to work out positively for you. So I feel quite an inner critic is very important there too. But we've got the 4 swords. It's in the resistance position, so that can indicate that perhaps someone apologizes for their behavior, especially if they have betrayed you in some way or they have actually done something that you feel is not acceptable. You're moving on from this, so their apology, whilst you accept it, I feel like the friendship or the relationship, it will never be the same. You're the sort of person you give people another chance and another chance, and if they've had enough chances, then you're done. And the Ten of Swords tells me that you're done with something, okay? And you may distance yourself from this, but this is where this person actually will be concerned about their behavior, and 4 Swords tells me there's an apology. But I also get this energy of you kind of like connecting more to meditation this month in order to quieten your mind, okay? 4 Swords, it can indicate that you are in a period of needing to take care of yourself, okay? Because you are feeling a little bit burnt out. I do feel like you are doing something monumental in your life, and it just means there's lots of compartmentalized aspects to it. And it can mean that you're like spreading your mind and your energy a little bit thin. And when we have so many things to do, we can feel overwhelmed. So this is a calling card, as it were, to take good quality rest, or, you know, kind of like sit back and review something. You could be observing something this month, but I feel it's connected to these changes that you're making. You may be weighing up your options, whether you want to stay in a place or move from a place. You know, I feel like you're trying to manage stress levels this month, and you will be able to do that. Now, notice your numbers. You got double 4 there, okay? So some of you, especially since it's in the resistance position at first, some of you could be feeling a bit restless about finances, okay? I definitely see that you're working hard. Like, these cards indicate burnout, and it can also indicate that that can lead you to vulnerable thoughts, or making you feel like, you know, that everything is against you or things have been challenging. But March is a turnaround month where things are actually going to be like super positive. Good news comes your way. Things are falling together rather than apart. So I want you to be aware of that. 4 of Pentacles, you know, I feel a lot of you are more concerned with the fact that you've been feeling a little bit stuck and you don't want to let life pass you by. So I definitely see that 4 of Pentacles as you getting out of a comfort zone, really embracing life, adding more adventure to your life, but also being really savvy with your finances too. Because the 6th house will make you be stricter with your finances, savings plans. I definitely see, I mean, you're going from a 4 of Pentacles to a 10 of Pentacles. So whatever it is you're doing, I definitely see you're increasing wealth. So it could be, if you're, you know, an entrepreneur, for example, you are launching a new idea there. It's going to be very exciting for you. You're enthusiastic about it, and you know it will bring distant rewards. And what I mean distant rewards is your future looks really bright. It means there's a lot more money, even generational wealth there for you as well. So it could be something you're setting up that your future self will thank you for, because you're multiplying, you know, your wealth. But also, it's really important to recognize that sometimes when we're in the middle of something, we can't see progress. And I can see that there is going to be a lot of future progress with whatever it is that you're doing this month. So I would say keep on keeping on, because you're sustaining and maintaining. And with this 4 of Pentacles, it will go into the upright, which means you are secure, but also you're taking ownership of your time and your energy. So this can be that with that 10 of Swords, you know, you're literally cutting something out that has been robbing you of time, or you feel has been distracting you in some way. I mean, a lot of you are cutting things out in order to have more vitality, more energy. So this could be a substance. It could be a person. It could be an environment that you feel has been draining. I feel you are just realizing that variety is a spice of life. So I definitely see that you are seeking this month, shall we say, because this and this is like seeking the alternative, but also being bold and daring. And actually, you know, life is about to get very exciting for you once more, is what I see there. But I would say that you're safe and secure in order to go and explore whatever it is that you want to explore at this time. You know, you've created a solid foundation that is going to benefit you and the people around you. And I feel that you will always have prosperity or abundance available to you to tap into. Even when things are challenging, the universe will send you what you need. Of course, life is all about ups and downs. I'm not going to lie to you there. We're all human. We know that sometimes things can transform, but I feel that you are managing things to such a high degree, and it's stressful. You know, that card, it is really like shining at me. So it can be that at the beginning of the month, maybe a little bit too much on your plate, or a little bit on your mind there, which may cause a little bit of anxiety. But as you reach like the 2nd week of March, I feel like everything is starting to slot into place and the pressure is off. Okay, so I really feel that's important there too. Now, we do have adjudication. So I do see some of you could be applying for something. This could be a job, for example, going for an interview. If you're currently out of work right now and you're concerned about it, I would say that, you know, a new opportunity is coming your way, and actually it's going to pay more money than your previous position. And in an economic climate like now, where it's quite volatile and things are a little bit strained, that's going to be unusual. So a very unique opportunity comes your way. But also, for some of you with this card, if you work for a company, it could be that you're called in to witness something, or you're called in to mediate with something, for example, between two people. I mean, there's two people here, there's two queens here. So this is not a gender-specific reading, but it can indicate that two people, we got a Queen of Wands and a Queen of Cups. So they may have fire, water. This year is all about fire and water, so this is why it's relevant. It could mean that if there's been a clash between people, you have to step up and say, hey, look, let's really zone back into what's important, and let's be adult about this. Also, some of you, there could be like a test that you're taking this month, and I feel like your besties support you in this, and you're waiting for the results of something, but I feel the results are fair. Okay, I feel with the Judgment card there, especially if it's a court case, it's fair. Okay, I feel like you get some sort of compensation, but if it's like you taking a test for because we've got distant horizons, I mean, this is a movement card. So some of you, it could be a driving test, for example, or if you have some sort of examination there, some of you could be like trying to get into a college or a university, or you're taking an audition for something. I feel there's this energy of feeling judged, okay? But looking at this, I feel like you're being your wonderful, authentic self, and you don't care if you're being judged. Basically, you're bringing your A game, and, you're going to win the room. I feel like you win the job, or the opportunity, or the audition, or the exam, So I really feel if you're a little bit nervous or worried, there's nothing to worry about. I feel you have all the information. I mean, for some of you, there's information overload there this month, and you may feel like overstimulated in some way, and that's why that Four Swords is there. It's like, you know what, you need to take some moments of rest. You need to take care of yourself. You have a beautiful mind, so all of the projects that you have bubbling up in your mind right now, they are going to be very successful, and this is a month where you're launching things. Some of you, it could even be you launching a new style or a new approach, maybe even a new mindset there, but I feel sometimes you judge yourself harshly, and this is something that you may be calling yourself out on this month as well. But I mean, this card, it can indicate something that you are applying for gets finalized. So whether you're trying to apply for an extension so that you can build upon your property in some way, maybe like a loft extension, for example, or if you're lucky enough to have a property, for some of you, this could be you asking for planning permission to buy a plot of land, for example, or to build upon some land. For some of you, it could be that you're applying for a job, of course, or you're applying for some sort of permit that will benefit you or your business or your family in some way. You may even be petitioning something this month, which will go to a review period, and I see that it will be a wonderful outcome for you, and you win it, you get your way, whatever it is. Now, bringing this back to you, I feel this is you kind of like judging your life right now, looking at where you're at and feeling a little bit like dissatisfied. Some of you may feel a little dissatisfied with certain people in your life, okay? And of course, we can only meet each other as deeply as we meet ourselves in that moment, because everything is fluid and we fluctuate. And if a friend cannot give time to the friendship, then there may be something else going on behind the scenes, and they may not be like discussing it. But it could be that we have a knee-jerk reaction to judging them and saying, well, they don't have time for me. I really want to talk to them about something. And I feel there's this energy here of having a deep conversation with a friend who's been a little bit off grid. You reconnect with this person this month, and they've been going through some stuff. It was nothing personal. And for you, you may feel that you wished that they'd come towards you and like told you what they were going through, because I feel like you want to be there for them. And they feel like they had to do this alone. So I feel there's a really big conversation coming here for you and a friend that you have not spoken to for a little while. Now, there's nothing gone on there that's negative between you both. It's just that they kind of like went off grid. And for some of you, this also could have been you. You went off grid too, because you've been dealing with some stuff here. I feel that you have a conversation with this friend who actually is kind of a bestie, is what I feel, because they really love you and care about you so much. And I feel both of you kind of go, look, it's been a lot. Life, hey, what's going on? It's really challenging. And both of you, you kind of like reinstate your friendship and like you're both kind of like going to plan some sort of travel together, or you're going to do something together. And there's a promise, a real promise there to say, look, next time you're going through something, you tell me, right? You tell me, and vice versa. And I feel it's a pact that you will make and keep, and so will they. Okay. So that's coming through there as well. Now, for some of you, this could be that you are judging the knowledge that you have in a situation. And actually, you're very intelligent. You have very high IQ there. But I also feel you may test yourself on this, or perhaps, I mean, some of you, because I'm seeing in the water, really random, I'm seeing a checkered flag. Okay, so checkered flag, that is connecting to like a race, like a, what do you call that? A racing car race? Like Grand Prix or something, like a checkered flag. So it could be that you've started something, okay, and you're in the midst of it, but now you're judging it, okay? And you're like, am I happy with this? Could I tweak this? Could I improve on this? Is it good as it is? I mean, actually, I feel it's really great as it is, but you are a perfectionist to some degree. So just watch that perfectionism, because I feel like you may make some adjustments or tweak something, but ultimately you're going to be so happy with it and so proud that you completed this, or you returned to something and kind of like readjusted it. But also I feel for some of you, you may do something where there is a competitive environment. And, you know, when you're launching yourself out there and being bold and daring and reaching for something new or different, it can be that you either feel judged, or you feel that you have to go through some sort of review period with your peers, or, you know, it can be that it's you against someone. You know, if you're in a competitive environment, it can be that you're up for a promotion, for example, or if you're going for, you know, a book deal, if you're a writer, like very competitive environments, you know, whatever environment you find yourself in right now, it can be that it is competitive. But I do see you starting something and finishing something and actually having critical acclaim, like being in the spotlight for something. For some of you, this could be the month where you actually, you know, go through some sort of process where you are trying to accomplish something, and you have to go through like different meetings or some sort of review period, and you feel judged. I mean, for some of you, it could even be you and a person. Perhaps you're a partnership there with that, you know, double queen energy. So it could be aspects of self. So I feel if I apply it to aspects of self, I feel like you're doing something that you love and that you're passionate about. And actually the people that you are having the review with, they want to collaborate with you. They want to connect to you because they see that you're capable of so much and there's a lot of success here. So they want to really nurture that or tap into that. This could also be like a client, for example, that is weighing up whether they use your services, but they see that you are the best in the industry, so they come to you. Also, it could be that it's you and a partnership. If you are in a company, for example, or you're thinking about partnering up with someone in business, or whether they're your family, or you're even thinking about partnering up with a brand or a social media platform, for example, could be you judging the best platform or the best option for you and signing contracts and making it official this month. But make sure you pay close attention to the fine print there. Very important. But I really feel like you're weighing up your options right now and looking at the best path for you. But the best path, you know, can be the bold and daring path, and it can be a path that other people fear to do, but you're not afraid of it. I feel like you're just going for it, and you're going to be like super successful. Now, the Queen of Cups indicates a need for more self-care, of course, but also this is you kind of like being a healer. So it could be that some of you could connect to healing practices or learn more about healing practices and amplify your healing ability. So it could be that you're learning more about what you're capable of emotionally, but also this is more about you being offered something that aligns with your heart. Okay, so I feel like this is about you being very intuitive, using your imagination, being very artistic, and romancing your life a little bit more. You're a very sensitive person, but I feel also this is about you having compassion for yourself and also feeling comfortable with your emotions, not allowing the stress to overwhelm you. So you could be connecting to like meditative practices or practices that really help like calm your mind. Also, I feel this is an energy of you tapping into your sensual side, you know, doing more things that bring you joy or connecting to like the other, shall we say. Basically, leading with passion, finding more things that you're excited about, joining groups or picking up hobbies where you feel inspired and meet like-minded people, building your soul tribe. I see two people here like basically doing something really exciting. So this could be you and your bestie, or it could be you and a family member, sibling, or, even a neighbor if you're really close with your neighbors, for example. So I see like a togetherness coming through and like judging what's the best thing to do and go out there and have fun. Now, of course, Queen of Wands, you're going to treat yourself to something a little bit nice at the end of the month is what I'm seeing there. But this is about you being more outgoing and, being tireless in your projects and your passionate endeavors, but also it's fun-loving. I feel you're very popular at the end of the month. Lots of invitations coming in. Even if you're currently searching for your soul tribe, I feel like some of you could get involved in a group. And although initially it's a new environment, you may feel judged or you may feel, you're not sure if they're your people, but suddenly you're very popular in this group. And I feel like you really build your soul tribe there too. I mean, I do see you reaching for something this month, and whatever it is you're reaching for, you accomplish. You're going to be very successful this month. The Eight of Swords, you're going from the Ten of Swords to the Eight of Swords. So I feel like you are managing stress levels. You're bringing that heightened awareness down to a manageable degree. I mean, Eight of Swords is basically you like shattering illusions. And I actually see shattered glass right now in the water. So this could be literally symbolic of shattered illusions. Like you're being honest with yourself. You're calling yourself out and saying, look, I need to stop wasting my time in this area. This isn't working for me. This person has overstepped a mark. Enough is enough. I feel like you're drawing a line in the sand this month. But with that Eight of Swords, I feel something that you were stuck in, you're making some adjustments, because the next card was the Justice card there. And this means that you are liberating yourself from a very stuck situation. So I feel some sort of news comes your way that helps you make progress. Definitely there. You're so enthusiastic about this, whatever it is. It puts a spring in your step. And I feel with the Justice energy that of course, a lot of you could be connecting to contracts at this time, and this is a very administrative task kind of card. So that sixth house is really going to make you focus on letters, emails, hard copy mail. Just make sure you do check your hard copy mail. There may be something that you may miss that has a time-sensitive aspect to it. Okay, this could be a check, for example, but it doesn't have to be. It could be something that is going to make you feel concerned at first, but actually I feel it gets resolved, whatever it is. I mean, the Justice card is also an indication of bringing your worries into perspective. So if you have been worrying about something, I feel like you're realizing that if it's something that you can actually change, you set those changes in motion. And if it's not, then you're not going to worry about it, because what will be will be. Because I'm just hearing c'est la vie, that's life, right? But I do see here that you're doing what is right for yourself. You're prioritizing your own needs. And of course, I feel there is a very diplomatic conversation going on this month. Now, this could be with someone that you're concerned about. Okay, now this could be for example, a landlord. It could be a neighbor. It could be, someone in the community. It could be someone at work. You could be concerned about something, but you voice your opinions. You are heard and seen for what it is that you feel about this situation. I feel, of course, you're tempering your emotions because, of course, we've got the Queen of Cups. You really care about this. You're really passionate about this with that Queen of Wands there, but I feel like you're taking a logical approach. You're not biting your tongue. You're speaking your truth, but at the same time, you're diplomatic. And I'm being given a sentence, which is, you catch more bees with honey. So I feel it can be an energy that if you're dealing with a difficult person, or you're calling someone out on something, or you want to change something, but you have to go through the official lines of doing it, it can indicate that if you're positive about it and welcoming and warm about your concerns and say, hey, look, I don't want to have this conversation, but it's come to my attention that this is happening and we really need to rectify this. Can we work together to find a solution? Then that's going to really benefit you more than, hey, you did this. This is wrong. I know that it's wrong. It's against the law. Or you're doing something that I feel is suspicious. I'm calling you out and I want you to stop. That person's immediately going to get defensive and say, okay, we're going to fight about this, and there's going to be a clash. So I feel this is about you kind of finding an approach to a solution where you can have a positive outcome, but you need to just be mindful of your approach, okay? Now, of course, the Justice card indicates that this is cause and effect right now going on in your life. So what you think about, you bring about. And if you're focusing on all the things that make you feel stressed, then of course you're going to amplify that and you're going to burn yourself out and your beautiful mind. So just watch out for that. I feel with the Eight of Swords, this could be closing yourself down, okay, in moments of stress and saying, actually, I don't need to connect to this right now. Easier said than done, I know, but because you have these challenging cards, I mean, I didn't choose the cards, my beautiful Scorpio. I wish they weren't there. I'm a Scorpio too. When I see the Ten of Swords, I'm like, oh, but also I know what's going on in my life and I can see like, okay, Ten of Swords is pretty much apt right now. There's a lot going on. And how do I manage these things? So I feel like you're going to be on top of it, okay? And that Eight of Swords there, it can indicate that a difficult situation, you know, it's like you may feel like your hands are tied, but you make some sort of adjustment and you speak your truth and basically you identify what's important, what's the lesson or what's the important move for you before you make it. And then you make it and then it's actually the best situation for you. So a lot of you could be making a decision and that decision will have like a ripple effect throughout your life, but I feel it's super positive. The outcome is super, super positive. Now, for some of you, not all of you, it could be that you're dealing with inheritance. You know, if you've been going through this right now, firstly, I'm sending you a huge hug out there. It is challenging. You know, you're all up in your emotions, but also at the same time, if you're dealing with someone's estate or, you know, inheritance in some way, you'd rather have the person, of course, but you have to have that logical side of yourself where you feel a little bit like detached or disassociated, where you have to get like the business side of all of this sorted. So I know how challenging it could be, but you're going to have many moments in March that lets you know that this person, they walk by your side and they know it's challenging. And although the relationship with this person may have been complex, this person, there's so much unconditional love. They love you so much and they're like, you can do this. It's great. You can move forward and things are going to work out positively for you. Okay. So I just want you to be aware of that. With a lot of respect, I'm going to move away from that energy. But, you know, we've got the Ten of Pentacles here. So a lot of you are going to be family oriented this month. Family responsibilities, tasks, you know, I feel like you're trying to get out of the house in order to explore your neighborhood in a different way or do more fun things. But at the same time, you may focus on, you know, the spring clean at the end of the month. You may also, you know, do a little bit of DIY. Ten of Pentacles is connected to the home space, but more than anything, it's about security. Okay, so it can be that, you know, you are focusing on your financial security, focusing on your family security, and I feel that you are secure. You're also attracting more wealth through your dedication and hard work. So I feel like you're claiming ownership of your dreams this month, and I feel like you're making those dreams become a reality, because that's literally what the 11th and the 6th house are. The 11th house is a thought, the dream, the vision of your future. And then, of course, the 6th house is making it happen. The practical steps that go into making your life become the reality that you aspire to. So I really feel like you're fully invested with that Ten of Pentacles, and there's a lot of success around this card. Financial success, but also a wealth of knowledge there as well. I see some of you, you know, obviously going into some sort of like, learning process. So it could be that either there's a course online for some of you because there's so many swords there. It could also be a course that you actually go in person to. There is some sort of test at the end of it, which you will pass, of course. Don't worry about that. I feel like you already have a lot of the knowledge within you, okay? But it's now about refining things or honing things in some way. But it could open you up to new streams of income, whether it's like a higher pay grade or like a bonus. For some of you, it could be that you're going through some sort of like apprenticeship scheme. For some of you, not all of you, of course, but it can indicate whatever is at the end of whatever you're doing right now, it's very rewarding. Ten of Pentacles is a windfall, or it is, you know, the full investment of your energy comes back to you in terms of finances there as well. Now, of course, the Ten of Pentacles means you're focused on your health this month, and health is wealth. So without you, you know, there is no projects, there is no, you know, adventure. So I feel like managing stress levels, very important, making sure that you listen to your body when you need a rest. But also I feel, you know, sometimes things are demanding. You know, people demand our time, our attention, and our care. And that's something that you're definitely going to adhere to. 6th house is all about your responsibilities, but you're carving out a little bit of more time for yourself to be creative or even sit in silence. So I definitely see that you are finding the balance between time for yourself and time for others there as well. Now, also 10 of Pentacles before I come to your next card. This is a card of traditions. So I definitely see a lot of you maybe putting in some sort of like ritual or following a traditional kind of thing this month. I mean, it could be a family gathering, for example, a feast date or celebration, honoring someone in some way. And I feel it brings everyone together, which is really nice. And I also get this like warm feeling that the most important thing in life is memories. Okay, of course, acquisitions are nice as well, but when we really get down to the crux of it, it's all about building memories with people and having fun, enjoying yourself, learning a lot along the way, and, you know, basically walking yourself home through this wonderful thing called life. So I feel right now that you are trying to invest more in experiences, in memories with people that you really care about. But of course, you're working super hard to be able to afford to pay for some of those memories. Also, memories, you know, building them, they don't always have to be paid for. We don't always have to like book something to go and do and have a memory of it. We can just spend time with people, listen to stories, learn more about people. A lot of you with that 10 of Pentacles, you could be really like curious about your family tree at this time, thinking more about, you know, what your family, your ancestors went through before you, how things are connected. So you may be researching your family tree and find out a lot of really wonderful things there. And it can also inform who you are and some of the decisions that you make. But also I see a lot of you, although there's this traditional element, because I feel like you still want to keep traditions, there's this other element of you where you want to be bold and daring, independent, and go off and do something on your own. And March really is that month to make it happen. There's a lot of success, you know, at the end of it. And of course, success, it looks differently for everybody. It depends on what you're focused on. And I see that you're locked onto something that will, in the future, definitely shape up the way you want. For some of you, it could be that you're being more active this month and that you're getting your body moving and you're going to see evidence of changes in your body based on that are super positive. For some of you, it could be that you're launching a business and you're focused on getting those ideas off the ground and you're fully invested and it's going to give really rewarding returns. For some of you, it could be that you're writing down something or documenting something that you're concerned about and you're bringing it to a higher governing power. It could be something about your neighbors, or it could be something that perhaps, you know, you want to correct in some way. I would always say before it gets to like a judicial review, for example, can you find a solution between you both before things get critical? So it could be something that you're thinking about in those terms. I mean, the Sun card, it indicates a lot of joy, happiness, and positive outcomes. It's actually the most positive card in the deck. And I feel like right now that you are honoring your time, you are driving out the old to embrace the new, and cleansing. You know, taking a bath, that figures literally taking a bath. So it could be that you're taking salt baths this month, or, you know, I'm just being given magnesium there. So some of you, you could have noticed like hormones fluctuating, for example, and you're getting back on track with vitamins. I feel water in general, whenever it's presented, it means that you are focused on rehydrating in some way. And it could also be that you are trying to move to sunnier climates because we got the sun there as the destination. Basically, you're getting moving. You're not staying in one position. You're deciding to take ownership of your time, and the destination where you end up is success. It is joy. It's being in the spotlight. And I would say some sort of good news comes in to make you realize that actually you're going to reach your destination. Everything is going to come together as it should. And of course, with some of the end cards that you got there, you're going to be paying close attention to beauty routines as well, okay? I feel like you're tapping into this raw energy and there's a glow on your face. This is not a gender-specific reading. This is about adhering to who you are, how you feel in yourself, and how you present yourself to the world there. This is a card of study as well. You know, normally in the Sun card, in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot, there is a young figure. So you're young at heart. You are open to possibility. You're having a positive mindset approach to this month. And there's a little red feather that sticks out of the top of the figure's head there, a little headdress. And this indicates that, you know, you're deep in thought about something. You have a lot of knowledge and you can change your circumstances based on the knowledge that you have. So some of you, it could be that you're getting a job or you're getting a good deal on something, or you know something. Some of you with that judicial energy, it could be that you're just literally entering a quiz, a competition, for example, and you win it. You know, because I keep seeing that checkered flag, I'm just being given this energy that Something you start, you finish, and you're really proud of it, and you finish in like pole position. So it could be that if you've completed a piece of art, you know, you are ahead of your time. You're someone who's going to be lauded as being one of the best. It could be if you've written a book, for example, you get a publishing deal, and suddenly, you know, you're on the shelves in the shops, and it goes to like #1, for example, or, you know, you see yourself entered into the charts in some way at a very high position. You know, I also feel there's an energy of like entering a race. So it's like life, it can be perceived as a race, and it may feel that you've been stuck in one position for a while, and now you're entering into something that's going to be busy and it's going to be exciting, but also you're going to see a lot of progress there. If you've been going round and round in circles on something, it can be that finally you complete it. Because if you think about the nature of a circuit for like a checkered flag, it can be that, you know, you've been doing something round and round and round and round. It just feels like you're doing the same old thing, just a different day. But suddenly you complete something, or you have an epiphany how you can transform. And it's really rewarding. I would also say watch your speed this month, because you have the judicial card there. I mean, we should always abide by any sort of speed limits, but it could be that if you have a lot on your mind, just be a little bit mindful that you don't like go over the speed limit, because you could actually be up for review or get caught. You know, it's best not to, because it's safer for everybody. But it could be also that perhaps you encounter someone who does it. And if you're someone who perhaps has like a dash cam, could be something that you report, for example, because you felt it was dangerous in some way. So please take it as it resonates. I mean, for some of you, it could literally be that you're going to the track if you're someone who has a car, or you could be purchasing a car, maybe secondhand, because the circuit can indicate it's, but it's a really great deal. I want you to be aware of that. Now, thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful? I mean, it feels like top of the range, but it could be something that is either secondhand or has been in the showroom for a while. So, just going to go again, and then we will complete your reading. Interesting that you got the tools card, because I definitely see it's like a very practical month there for you. But also, you know, we got the diamond, and diamonds are formed under pressure. So I feel this energy that, yeah, you may feel a little bit under pressure right now, but you got to manage those stress levels. I just see here that it's going to be so rewarding. I mean, the diamond is like high value. You're a high value person, and you're actually honoring yourself in that way. You are valuing yourself to a high degree, prioritizing your own needs, and something that has been hard to shape. As I said, it's all coming together, and it's going to be like classy. It's going to be top notch in some way. It literally says here, creative force, faithfulness, value, perfection. Did mention that a little bit briefly there. Brilliance, you're committed, you know, lighter energy, purity. So you're going to be purifying, detoxifying there as well. Maybe taking a salt bath. We've got force to be reckoned with, multidimensional, multifaceted, invincible, spiritual power, and high esteem. So you've actually got two precious gems there. I mean, some of you could be going into gemstones, or perhaps you're creating jewelry. Maybe this is something you may treat yourself to at the end of the month, perhaps. I mean, you're not really focused on love this month, but if you are looking to meet someone, I do see that you could be invited to something. I see lots of invitations for you at the end of the month, you being very sociable. And I see that, you know, you may meet someone who you're kind of curious about, but you really don't get to like invest in it long term. You know, I feel this is like not a passing fancy. I feel it's kind of like something that will be developed over time, you know. So it could be someone that you meet in the community, or someone who you meet at work, or maybe you meet this person at an event that you go to. It's like both of you curious about each other, not rushing into anything. So that's coming there as well. Now, interesting, we got the sapphire, because this is all about mental force, okay? And you're starting with that 10 of swords. You are a mental force, as in, you know, you have incredible ideas, you're shaping them, you always have a plan and a backup plan for that plan and a backup plan for the backup plan. You know, you strategize, and it can mean that you have a lot of fingers in lots of pies, but it's going to be very rewarding for you long term. And it says spiritual insight, hope and faith, wise judgment. So that's the judgment card right there. You know, you are making wise decisions for your life. And it says here, power, strength, kindness, life of the party. I feel that's you, my beautiful Scorpio, but maybe it's been a bit too people-y over the last couple of years and you felt like you needed to be like off grid for a while. But I feel like you're getting back into the fray. And it says kindness, extroverted, motivated, precious, valued, divine favor, and revered. Okay, so I really feel this is about you like leading with integrity. And right at the end, oh my gosh, oh my God. I think this came up for one of your other readings. You got a 111 there. I think one of your other readings said, look out for 111, okay? And there was 111. But numerical synchronicities are so important. I feel like you are like number one in something. And we got the tools there, which means, you know, something that was hard work or you had to invest in. I feel like you will shape things nicely and, you know, everything will come together as it should, okay? We've got practical. I'll just let that pass. Okay, you know, some of the planes recently have been like super low, okay, and super loud. I hope the microphone actually cancels it out, but if it hasn't, I do apologize. We got practical abilities, resources. You have what it takes. Application for something. I did mention that there. Build it. You're building right now. Foundation. It says fix it. Organization. Some of you could join an organization there as well. Or be accepted for something, because I feel a lot of you are accepted for something. You know, task at hand, help with someone for a task at hand, well prepared for something, well equipped. I like this sentence, but I can't really say it on YouTube because there's so many things that are getting blocked now. But getting bleep done, okay, you can probably see that. Starts with an S, okay, and masculinity, which is like masculine energy to actually get stuff done. Okay, so I feel some of you, I mentioned you could be doing some like spring cleaning in your home space, maybe some DIY. I mean, for some of you, I didn't really get the energy that you may be repairing something in the home place. I feel more than anything you set to repairing it yourself. Okay, so that's coming out there as well. We've got symphony. So this means everything is come together. There are lots of different compartments that make life. And I feel that can make you have a lot on your mind, but they're all coming together. So there is going to be a synchronicity going on for you. It says harmony, synergy, co-creating, assembly, organized structure, contribution, team, collaboration, arrangement, order, leading, following, organization, performing, displaying, and cohesion. So whatever it is you're performing or whatever it is you're doing, or you're correlating, everything's coming together, and I feel it just works. It's like your opus, okay? And we've also got telephone. I did mention there's some sort of important news coming in for you. This will change everything. It's super positive there for you as well. We have connection, communication, conversation, getting through. It's a two-way street. That's something to do with you and a person there trying to work something out. Message, vocal, loud and clear, reaching out, notification, throat chakra, inner voice, and rings a bell. Okay, so this could be you like removing money blocks or removing blocks from the throat chakra area, speaking your truth, but also being diplomatic about it there. But of course, your sixth house. Phone calls, emails, texts, you know, filing, all of those things. Official documents, for example, signing contracts or filling in forms. That's a lot of your March, I'm afraid, and mine too, because obviously I'm a Scorpio too. And we have crack shot. Okay, crack shot. This is a bit of a wild card, okay? It's like you're taking your shot at something that perhaps other people just don't do. They may not, you know, feel they can, and you know, you've got the power, you've got the know-how, you've got the knowledge, the talent, and also you're bold and daring. You're not going to let something make you stay in your lane. So it says here, competent, superior, precise, expert, sharp, tongue, witty, clear-cut. I mean, interesting, you got clear-cut there as well. You know, that song is coming through, Shine Bright Like a Diamond. Definitely. You're going to hear that a lot in the month of March. And it says here, you're dead on, intense, you're hitting your target. There's a showdown. I did mention a bit of a showdown at the end of the month there for you. Effective, you're impressive, you're accurate, you're skilled, you're excelling at something, and first class. Okay, remember I said it's like you're going to be entering something and you're at the top, first class. You're classy. I don't even use that word classy in my readings, but class came up earlier, I think, as well. And so this is about you being wild, rewilding yourself, taking a shot at something and actually being super successful. Okay, it actually says there, the fearless lady wing shot. And again, it's not gender specific, but it indicates that you're fearless. You're going for it, okay? So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or rune before we go. And yeah, it's going to be very successful, the outcome as well. Now, of course, looking at this energy, I did mention that, you know, you're not really focused on love. Doesn't mean it's not happening for you. But if you are like meeting someone, I feel this person, they could be your soulmate, but it's a slower than usual kind of like getting to know each other. Okay, so that's there as well. But this basically indicates that you're doing something different. If you think about the nature of a seahorse, the male seahorses, they carry the eggs. That's something that is not typical of nature, okay? So it could be that you're doing something that is not typical right now, but you're owning it, and you're going to be the first, or you're going to be one of the unique. If you think about like precious metals and precious stones there, you know, you are unique, and you're embracing that as your power. Now we've also got the eye. So this is about you seeing something, the vision, and making it become a reality. But also, most importantly, you have the 8 of Swords there. Some of you, you could be going for an eye examination or an eye checkup, or perhaps with all the pressure that you've been under. I mean, 10 of Swords can indicate you've been having migraines, or you've been like under a lot of pressure recently, and you can feel it in your neck. And, you know, I feel if there's something that has been continuing for some time, check it out. I mean, you'll see to it. It may be that you have to make some adjustments with a screen, for example, walk away from a laptop or a phone every so often. I don't see anything negative here, but it could be something that you're going to be getting done this month, okay? An eye checkup. But more than anything, I think this is your third eye. You know. Deep down, you know that you're going to be successful in something, or you're going to make it happen because you have the willpower and tenacity to go there. So I see a lot of you in your meditations as well. You're going to open your third eye even more and see visions of your future. Not in like a spooky way, but in a way where you're like, oh my gosh, I just saw a glimpse of my future. And you know deep down, well, that's going to happen. And it's super positive, whatever it is. And finally, we've got the elephant there. Elephant never forgets. So if someone's betrayed you, you're moving on from that. You never forget that person and what they did. But you can let go and just take the lesson with you. It does not impede your future happiness. Also, elephant never forgets, and you never forget a kindness. So I feel for some of you, there is an energy of what goes around comes around this month, because you have the card of fate, destiny. You know, the Justice card is all about karma. So it can be some good karma is coming back to you. You may hear from a person that you haven't heard from a while. Not the friend that you're going to reconnect with, but I see like someone from your past may offer you something or give you a piece of information, or basically, you know, they did you a kindness and therefore they come back into your life, and they may even be trying to do you another kindness, but I feel you may step up and like do something for them as well. Maybe it's something creative. Now, finally, we have a very important rune there, and that is the gift rune, okay? This is all about loving your life. It's about overcoming problems and seeing results, basically. It's about better fortune, and it can also be about partnerships and love. So I would say the Wheel of Fate, even though you didn't get, you know, the Wheel of Fortune in your reading, I would say things are turning in your favor. You've been going through a challenging cycle, but you're coming out of it in the month of March there, okay? So I will leave that there, my beautiful Scorpio. I hope there's something in that reading for you. Thank you so much, and love and light.